Hello students, welcome back to you in my history and civic class. Today I am going to discuss a new chapter, the legislature, and in this chapter we'll discuss the composition of the union legislature and also the two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and power and function of the parliament. Our constitution means Indian constitution has a federal structure. Federal structure means here there have the two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and also the two type of the government, central government and state government. And this government has the three organs also. These three organs are the legislature, executive and judiciary. Legislature means, very simple language I am going to say, the legislature means who are making the laws, they are the legislature and sitting in the parliament. And executive means, here we can say the president and prime minister who implement the laws in our societies or in our countries. They are called executive. And judiciary means who settle down the dispute of the laws. They are the judiciary, like the high court and chief court, that supreme court judges. Next, our government, also the parliamentary form of a government. Why? Because all the executives are elected by the majority party of in the legislature. So majority party in the legislature are going to elect the executive of our country. The president is an integral part. Why? Because without his signature a bill cannot be passed, or any type of the laws also cannot be passed. And president can call or can summon any type of the sessions, any type of the meeting or assembly in the parliament, and also can dissolve the power of the government, state government, or the prime ministers or central government. Next, union legislature. Union legislatures, they have the two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So Lok Sabha means the lower houses, the house of the common peoples, and Rajya Sabha is the upper houses. It called also the permanent house. Lok Sabha is called an house of common people. Now we'll discuss about the union members, composition, members, qualifications, and also the term of the Lok Sabha. So first of all, Lok Sabha. The parliament is a law-making body, I already told, of the central government in India. The Indian parliament is a bicameral, and the Lok Sabha is a lower house of the bicameral. Means two, means here Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha both are there, and also state government and also union government both are there. So that's why the union government or Indian government is called bicameral. You have to remember bicameral. What is bicameral? Here you can see this word is written. The composition of the Lok Sabha. The members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people of the basis of adult franchises through the secret ballot system. So first of all, we have to understand what is adult franchises. It means the citizens of our country who have attained the age of 18 years and above can vote the election of the Lok Sabha. Means 18 years or above 18 years, all the candidate or all the members, all the citizens of our India is called adult franchises. They have the right to give the votes. And through the secret ballot system. Now secret ballot system is not there. Now we are using EVM machine, electronic voting machines. So secret ballot system means here the one paper the peoples are going to put their own parties, means their choosable parties stamp on the papers, and this paper they're putting in the ballot box. So this was the secret ballot system. This secret ballot system is not continuing now. Now we are using EVM machine, means electronic voting machine. There will be the 552 members as a maximum number of the members in the Lok Sabha. So you have to remember the maximum member of the Lok Sabha will be 552, and from these 552, 530 members represent the states. From the different state, 530 members depend on their populations. Means which state has the most population, their seats will be much, means extra. Means UP, the population is the highest in our country, so the seat also UP is highest also in our country. The Lok Sabha seat is also highest. 20 members represent the union territories. Means from the different union territories there will be the 20 members, and 2 members to represent the union, the Anglo-Indian community who are nominated by the president. Nominated means only he can choose. He or she can choose. President can choose that who will be the two Anglo-Indian community. So president has the right to choose the two Anglo-Indian communities. Next, we will discuss about the qualification of the Lok Sabha members. Means what are the qualifications required to become a member of Lok Sabha. First of all, you have to be an Indian citizen of India. Should have attained the age of 25 years, means minimum age 25 years. Number 3, should be a registered voter, means under of the adult franchises your name should be there, means you have to be a Indian voter. Must not hold any office of profit under the government, means as a Lok Sabha member already you will get some of the profit, so you cannot hold any other offices or any other post which there have also the some of the profits and which are provided by the government. This type of the office, if you are working, so you have to leave it. Should not have been declared insolvent or of the unsound mind, and must not be proclaimed a criminal by court. So these 3 things you have to remember. Means here you cannot be handicapped persons, and also you cannot be convicted by any criminal cases. Clear? Next, the term of Lok Sabha. The member of the Lok Sabhas are elected for a term of 5 years. Means only for 5 years a member of Lok Sabha can work for his country. If he again elected by the common people, so again 5 years he can rule, but only the terms of the Lok Sabha's members only for 5 years. The President of India can dissolve the house even before the expiry of this term and order fresh election to the Lok Sabha. So here you have to remember that President has power to dissolve this Lok Sabha if there have any disputes are there. If there have any type of the constitutional disputes, so President can dissolve it before the 5 years. Next, Speaker. Here you can also see the Speaker of Sumitra Mahajan, the Bharatiya Janata Party, presides over the Lok Sabha. Now we can see their Om Birla, Speaker as a Lok Sabha members now is working in our country. So here you have to remember that immediately after the election of the Lok Sabha, its members meet and elect their chairperson from the among themselves. Means Lok Sabha election happened, means general election happened, Lok Sabha member are elected. So after that, what they will do? The Lok Sabha member will elect someone who the Speaker, means Speaker is a controller or who functions the total parliamentary work. So they will choose one Lok Sabha member, that Lok Sabha Speaker. So they will give the vote, and the Speaker does not vote, but if there is a tie, he or she can use his or her vote to break the tie. Means he is called the Speaker. Who is called the Speaker? After general election, when the Lok Sabha member will be elected, this Lok Sabha member will elect one more persons who will be the chairpersons of the parliament or the Lok Sabha, and this person is called Lok Sabha Speaker. And Lok Sabha Speaker actually maintain the discipline of the houses and also the listening the words of the member of the Lok Sabha. So here, if that cases the opposition party and the working government going to choose the Lok Sabha Speaker, and in between there have a tie, means they have given same vote in the different persons. So at that cases the Lok Sabha Speaker only can give his one vote to any parties, to the working government or also to the opposition party. So this right the Lok Sabha Speaker has. Next we will discuss about the Rajya Sabha member. The constitution lays down the maximum member of the Rajya Sabha is 250, and from them 12 are nominated by the President and 238 are elected by the states and union territories. So total member 250 and 12 nominated by the president and 238 are elected by the states and union territories. Okay, so the qualification also same here. To become the Rajya Sabha member, qualification all are same, only age, except age all are same. You can see once he should be also the citizen of India and must not be below 30 years. Means Lok Sabha, for Lok Sabha member 25 years, and here minimum age of Rajya Sabha member 30 years, and should not hold any office and profit under the government center, and must not be declared insolvent, and also the must not be proclaimed a criminal by court. Clear? So these are the things you have to remember. Only except age, both are same. The qualification of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha both are same. Next, must not be here. The Rajya Sabha is a permanent house that I told in the beginning, and 1/3 of the members retired after every 2 years. Means after 5 years, like the Lok Sabha, these are not dissolved. Okay, after 5 years, the Lok Sabha members, the power of the Lok Sabha members can be finished. But here, Rajya Sabha members 1/3 after 2 years it's changing. Means after 6 years all the member can be changed, but it cannot be dissolved, and it is a permanent house. Clear? The president doesn't have the power to dissolve this Rajya Sabha. Next, chairperson of the Rajya Sabha. Who is the chairperson? Vice president. Always the vice president will be the chairperson of this Rajya Sabha. Clear? You have to remember the meeting of the Rajya Sabha are presided by the vice president. Next, power and function of the parliament. First of all, first power, that parliament makes laws in whole country, and the parliament makes laws on the 97 subject mentioned in the union list and 47 subject in the concurrent list. So the parliament has the power to make laws 97 subject. Here you can see that union list, concurrent list and state list that are given, one list given. That union list there have 97 cases subjects, and concurrent list 47 things are there, 47 sectors are there under of the concurrent list. So concurrent and union list, these two lists, to make the laws on this list, parliament has the power, and also he can make the different laws on those subjects which are under of the union list and concurrent list. Next, parliament also undertaken the some other financial and controlling constitutional, electoral and judicial function. Here financial means economical function, controlling means to look over the matters of the society, constitutional means that Indian constitution, whatever the laws written, and electoral means election and judicial reform functions means execute that chief judges, or also the judicial any disputes are there. And the parliament can control the executive by asking questions or by making the adjournment motions. Here adjournment motions mean parliament has the power to keep the questions to the executives, like the here prime minister, presidents, and asking the questions, and also making the adjournment motion. Means before finish the session, they can stop the sessions immediately if they have any type of the dispute, or they have the no confidence movement. No confidence means any executive members are not replying any answers and not giving any their collective responsibility to the other opposition party or to the Indian government. The Parliament of the Indian approves the budget. In the countries also Parliament can approve the budgets. And also Lok Sabha has the power to pass the no confidence, and also known as the no confidence motion. That I told, no confidence motion means all the council of ministers have the collective responsible to reply to the opposition party, and also have the collective responsibility if they have the no confidence motion, so they have to submit their resign letter to the Lok Sabha speaker. So now we will discuss about the how is a law made. Whatever the laws are made by the legislatures, how did they make? First of all, to make a laws, a proposal in the form of a bill is introduced. Means first it is coming as a bill in their houses of the parliament. First they pass a bill, then this bill transport into the laws. the bill passes through the several stages in both of the houses and finally goes to the president for his assent. Assent means signatures, his own signatures or his own approval. Means first of all we see that some of the bills are passed by the parliament members, and these parliament bills are going to the both houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. After that it going to the president and president sign on it, and after that it approved as a law. There are the two type of the bills. One is a no money bill and non-money bill, and also the money bill. So an ordinary bill or non-money bill can be introduced in either of the two houses. Means ordinary bill can be introduced in the both houses, means Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, but the money bills are introduced only in Lok Sabha. This is the main functions or the unique function of the Lok Sabha, you have to remember. And the finance minister introduced money bills in the form of a budget and with the prior approval of the president. Means after getting the approval of the president, the finance minister can introduce this money bill in his budget. Next, how is Lok Sabha more powerful than the Rajya Sabha? It is very important questions. First of all, money bills can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha, so Lok Sabha is more powerful than the Rajya Sabha. It is proved. Next, the Council of Ministers both individually and collectively responsible to the Lok Sabha. Council of Ministers in both individually and collectively responsibility to the Lok Sabha. Motion of the no confidence can be passed only the Lok Sabha. So here also the Lok Sabha has the power to declare the motions of no confidence. Only it can be passed in the Lok Sabha, and Lok Sabha is a house of common people, you have to remember. And next, ordinary bills can be introduced in the both houses, but in the case of a deadlock between the two houses, a joint sitting is called, and the Lok Sabha having more members can push through this proposal. So here you can see if there have any deadlock or any void in the to pass the laws, any type of the ordinary laws or ordinary bills, so at that cases Lok Sabha getting more advantage. Why? Because it is a house of maximum members, or because there have the 552 members from the different states, so Lok Sabha has the more power. So student, today I have discussed the whole chapter and also have sent the notes. So from both of the things, video and notes, you can clear your concept and this chapter can be easy for you. I hope you have understood clearly. Next day we will discuss the exercise. Thank you.